In this video, I will show you how to use powerful automation tool called n8n. We'll be using this tool in our future videos because it allows you to easily, without really knowing how to code, connect various pieces of the puzzle together. And here I'm talking about such tools as AI models, AI agents, tools which already existed before like Gmail, WhatsApp, Telegram, and so on. You can connect these Lego pieces together in a super powerful way. I will show you how to create an account in n8n, how to set it up, and how to start using it for your future amazing workflows. In order to access n8n, you should go to n8n.io. In the middle of the screen, you can see how n8n workflow actually looks like. It's something super easy and interesting where you can have AI agents, you can have some trigger actions, you can connect Slack, Telegram, WhatsApp, and so on. There is a lot of so-called nodes which you can combine together to create amazing solutions, amazing workflows, which you can later either utilize them just standalone, each of the workflows, or you can integrate these workflows into your existing or maybe into your new applications. It can optimize your private life, it can optimize your business processes, and there is a lot you can do with it. And here on top, you can see sign in and get started. So we'll do get started. And I will show you how to register here. Let's register also for me for the first time for this channel. So after pasting the password, you should also select account name. For account name, please choose something you remember because later you'll be accessing it via this name. And I will use unreasonable. I think I will not subscribe to the newsletter, and then I can start my 14-day trial. So basically it's 2 weeks. So unreasonable account already exists. Let me just check if I can use the one which I have from my email. It's a shorter version. Okay, and this account doesn't exist, which is great. And we have here so now you need to answer to a couple of questions, and I will do it very quickly. So I'm saying I'm like engineer, less than 20 persons. I feel comfortable writing JavaScript, comfortable setting up webhooks and configuring API authentication. And how did you hear about us? I would say YouTube. Okay. And here we can invite team members. For now, we'll not invite anyone. I'll press skip. You can watch here a YouTube video, which is actually great. There is a nice n8n channel, which is run by this guy here. I really like watching his videos. So if you want, you can, of course, go and watch the video. But for now, we will do the following, just start automating. And we are in n8n Cloud account, which for now we have 14 days of trial period, and we will use it for now, the trial version. Later on, we will decide whether we'll continue with the paid version of n8n. It's actually quite expensive, so they start at $20 per month, which I know that for a big number of people, it's actually quite a big amount of money. And as a result, I think I will be, so in this channel, I will publish a video, I would say in the next couple of weeks, about setting up an n8n account on your own server. So they call it self-hosting n8n. It's slightly different version of n8n, but it has all the same functionality. And I think that on this channel, we'll be using the version of the version of n8n, which is self-hosted. I will also show you how to register your own website with Namecheap or maybe with GoDaddy. After registering the website, we will be able to point the website which you will purchase to the version of n8n which will be running on your own server. We will do it with DigitalOcean. So once your server in DigitalOcean is set up, I will show you how to install n8n there. And what will happen after that, you'll be always able to access n8n from your own domain name. So you'll not be using this long version like app.n8n.cloud and then your name here is going to be your own domain name which you will purchase. So the only expenses then which you will have for an n8n account will be the cost of your server, and there are some very quite cheap servers which are enough for n8n, which will be about $4-6 per month, so a lot cheaper than the version of n8n in the infrastructure of n8n on this n8n.cloud. And of course the cost of the domain name, and here it will depend on which type of domain name you would like. You can purchase .com, which you can purchase .ai and others. .ai are quite expensive, so I would recommend just going on with .com or with anything else. So this is how the user interface of n8n look like when you just access it. You can see here three tabs on the top: workflows, credentials, and executions. In the workflows, you can create your workflows either from scratch or test a ready-to-go AI agent example. In the credentials, you can set up your credentials for Gmail, for OpenAI, for Telegram, for WhatsApp, and so on. It's not very difficult. And in the executions, you'll be able to see all the executions which your workflows will be doing. Here on top, you can see the button for to create the workflow or create a credential. To the left, there is a menu or let's say sidebar with some buttons. You can here create some projects. Projects are available only in the cloud version. They're not available in the hosted version or in the self-hosted version. You can also go here to admin panel. So if you go to admin panel, uh, you will see how many workspaces you have running and on how many executions happened in April, in the month when you're watching the video, and how many active workflows you have. We will go back to the workspace. And again, here you can see that there is a button for the templates. Once you click the templates, you open n8n website where you can search for various templates. If you, let's say, want to have a workflow, something with Telegram, you see that there are 147 workflows for Telegram, and you can open the workflows, check them, and then actually copy them and utilize in your own workflows. You can even start from, not from scratch, but from these templates. So once again, let's go back. We have another button here called variables. Under these variables, you can create the variables which are pieces of information which you can reuse within the same workspace, but between different workflows. And under help, you can see the quick start video, documentation, forum, course, report a bug, or you can read about n8n, about current version, which is 1.88. It's the version which is currently running on app.n8n.cloud. And that's it. It's not that complicated. The user interface is quite simple. And what I would like to do next, let's go to overview and let's start from scratch. So when we start the workflow from scratch, and let's, by the way, close this thing about the days in the trial. First, here on the top, you can change the name of your workflow. Let's call it Gmail workflow. You can also add tags so that later you can sort your workflows by tags. And here in the middle, you can see the place where you will be actually doing your workflow. You can zoom it in and zoom out. So let's slightly zoom out. The plus button is for adding the first step. When you press add first step, you will be able to choose which kind of action you would like to make here. There is a different type of, they call them nodes. There are some nodes, some trigger nodes, which are the events which happen when when the workflow should start. It can be, for example, a manual workflow. We can choose this one, trigger manually, which means that once we press this button in this manual workflow, it will start, and then the next thing should happen. Currently, we do not have any other nodes here, and if we would like to add something in the workflow, we just click the plus sign, and we can select. Let's say we would like, as a next step after this trigger workflow is clicked, we would like to add the Gmail, and we would like to get a message. Let's say get all the messages. A window with the settings for this particular node appears here for the Gmails. We need to add credentials. We do not yet have any credentials here. So we will do it on the next step, but actually let's do it now. So we can do the following. We can create new credentials. And in the cloud version of n8n, not in the self-hosted one, but in the one hosted by n8n, adding the credentials from Google is actually quite simple. You should just press sign in with Google, and I will choose the account for Unreasonable AI. You can select here which kind of actions are possible. I would select all of them. So reading, writing, sending emails, and I will press continue. And as you can see, everything is done. We signed in with the Google account and the account is now connected. So we can close it here. Now in credentials, we have this credential here. You can choose this one. And what we can do, we can just get many. So let's get many emails from this account. By the way, this is a newly created account. There is not a lot of emails. Let me just try one. And I would like to test this step. So to get the many emails, in particular, let's say 2 emails from this account, we can test the step. And we can see that there are the following 2 emails which have been received from Gmail. You can see them in table format, in JSON format, in schema format. I think for now, let's look at them in the table format. So you can see that there is email number 1, email number 2. It has ID, it has a snippet, it has some payload. So it has various properties related to this particular email. And you can also see that this email, in particular, the first one, it was sent to unreasonable.ai@gmail.com, and it was sent from no reply at accounts.google.com. In order to close this node, the settings of this node, you should just click outside, or so not here, but a bit outside. You just click it here, and you go back to the workflow. So in this way, you can see that currently our workflow has 2 steps, and we can test this workflow once again. So let's run test workflow. So it rerun everything, and you can see that this first node, it has one item which goes out of it after the execution. And since this node is just a simple manual trigger node, it means it was just manually triggered. In the Gmail, instead, you can see that here to the left side, what was the incoming information, and to the right side, what was the result of the execution of this node. So the incoming information, it was an input. It's written here when clicking test workflow. So actually no information came here. It's just information about the event, this manual trigger, which was triggered once we pressed the test workflow. So you can more or less see here that in the Gmail node, we received a request to start execution. It started execution. It get many emails, in particular 2 emails from the Gmail account, for which we provide credentials here. And then it came out with these 2 emails. So the output are these 2 emails. And what does it mean? It means the following, that when we add another node, and let's say it's Telegram node, in the Telegram node, we can send a chat action, let's say an action, send the chat action. You can see in this Telegram node, once it's open, that there is an input from Gmail. This is an input from Gmail, and this is the information which is received from the Gmail. There are 2 items. You can look at them in the JSON format or in the table format. So table format, and maybe it's the easiest one. So you can see that Telegram node received 2 items from Gmail, so two emails from Gmail. And here we can decide what to do with these input items. We can, let's say, take them and send them as messages to Telegram. What I wanted just to show you now, that this is how simple it works. You just add various nodes, and depending on the type of nodes, they will perform different actions. A lot of very complex things are possible, but here in this video, I wanted just to show you how in general this thing called n8n works. And now let's say a couple of words about why it makes sense to use n8n in the world of AI. So currently, if you want to interact with AI, as of today, there are, I would say, a couple of possibilities for you. First possibility is quite simple. It's the usage of chat assistants like ChatGPT, Grok, or DeepSeek. The creators of these models have designed a user interface for you where you can interact with large language models in a way which they predefine, and you cannot really customize it that much. So you can ask question, you can get an answer, you maybe can even ask question about creation of some application and get some code, but that's it. It's not really building anything for you, at least not as of today. Then there is a second possibility, and the second possibility is creation of custom build applications. Normally, in order to do it, you should be either a developer yourself, or you should have a dedicated team for development of this web or just normal application. It can utilize various LLMs like Grok, O4 Mini, DeepSeek R1, and so on. You can develop very complex things there, but you need to be a professional in doing this thing. And there is something in between, which is n8n. So what we have here? First of all, we can utilize the logic, which can be quite complex in these workflows. Second, you have access through n8n to various model providers and to the various models, and you can integrate into your workflow, let's say, the latest model which you would like to use for the purposes of the task at hand. And the last thing is that you can connect all these things quite easily as Lego pieces to such tools as Telegram, WhatsApp, Gmail, Slack, and others. This is very powerful because you can, without any coding experience, you can just connect different tools and as a result get quite complex logic. You can also create various workflows in n8n with various logic and connect them between themselves, so that output of one workflow can be used as an input into another workflow. In this channel, I will be using this tool quite often, and from now on we will be going through various type of workflows and use cases which will be really interesting, and I recommend you that you stay with us and go through the future videos which will be appearing here. I hope you enjoyed the video, and now you know how to register an account in n8n and how to start using it. I hope you liked the video. I would appreciate if you subscribe to this channel, and please also leave the comments below so that I know which kind of workflows can be interesting for us to cover on this channel. Thank you for watching, and see you in the next one. Bye.